You're watching WMAR 2 News.
I'm Megan Knight with your WMAR 2 News update. The mayor of Annapolis will address the caucus of African-American leaders regarding the firing of the city's police chief, Edward Jackson. Jackson is the second black person to hold this position. Mayor Jared Littman says the decision to let him go was made due to a, quote, difference in approaches to management. The caucus says it also wants to talk to the mayor about firing the city attorney, Michael Lyles, who's also black. Their meeting is scheduled for this evening. Harford County Public Schools has cut ties with Superintendent Dr. Sean Bolson. The Board of Education voting last night to terminate his contract. It comes after a 911 call that Bolson reportedly made while on a work trip in New Orleans in 2024 surfaced to report a theft. Now, a report by the Maryland Office of the Inspector General for Education found no school-issued laptops or devices were stolen, but parents say the entire situation was distracting and they wanted the board to make a change.
Every day, our teachers are expected to lead by example. They're held to a high professional and personal standards. They're asked to model judgment, responsibility, character, and integrity for our students. And they do this under constant public scrutiny, often while maintaining challenging classrooms, parent expectations, and increasing demands. If we expect that level of professionalism and accountability from our teachers, then a higher standard must also apply to the leadership above them.
Now, Bolson will be paid through the end of his contract, which ends June 30th. Members of the Baltimore City Council are proposing two bills to limit immigration enforcement activities. The first would require city agencies to protect public spaces by limiting ICE enforcement in city-owned buildings, schools, libraries, and parks. It would also restrict city resources from being used by ICE within city limits. The second bill calls for state leaders to ban 287G agreements and stop federal law enforcement from wearing face coverings during operations.
It's really just about de-escalation, which is exactly what is currently in the BPD policies. And again, doing exactly what we've always been doing as a welcoming city, not asking for status, not sharing information. And, you know, if an ICE agent does enter a public space, that there's certain questions that are asked and that they're not allowed into the spaces that are not public.
Now, the bills were accepted for consideration and will now move to the Public Safety Committee before being put to a vote.
Well, today we could see a little bit more in the way of melting as we make our way up into the upper 30s and low 40s this afternoon. Dealing with more clouds than sunshine today, and we should fall into the upper 30s by the 6 o'clock hour, so right around dinner time. Dropping off a little bit below freezing as we wake up tomorrow morning, which is going to be a little bit milder than we have been lately. And then trending milder for your Wednesday with a high of 43. Winds will pick up over the next couple of days, and they will be the breeziest on Thursday with gusts around 35. Secure your outdoor trash cans while you still can. Mostly sunny skies later this week with a high of 41. Sunny and seasonal for Valentine's Day, and I'm tracking mostly rain showers for Sunday, but it could start off as a brief wintry mix in the morning. Megan? All
right, Stevie, thank you. Well, help us get coats to those who need them. WMAR is partnering with GBMC for our first ever Coats for Kindness drive. Scan the QR code on your screen for a list of drop-off locations. We'll be collecting coats through February 28th and giving them to GetCo and the Mr. Mac Lewis Foundation. And you'll find the latest on the top stories of the day by going to WMAR2news.com. And for your news and weather while you're on the go, be sure to download our app. Thanks for watching. I'm Megan Knight.